for that. And just to follow on from that, you mentioned the example of a child playing, say at the beach with sand. Now the thing is, we've all had that experience as a child. We've all had that fun where we've got so absorbed in that an activity. Is this something that's called bliss, or is it just a more pure form of pleasure, or is it somewhere in between the two?
Bliss, in a way, is not pleasure or pain, but it transcends both pleasure and pain. You see, pleasure and pain in a way tie us down. That's why you are searching. When you search for pleasure, you become, if you like, caught up with the creation. Because then pain will follow. In fact, more often, pain will come and overwhelm you. So this is how we get caught up and we pay a price for it. When a child, for an instant, becomes one-pointed, you see, this is the reason why he gets bliss and not pleasure. So it is really bliss. But he just gets, if you like, a glimpse of bliss without recognizing its bliss. So he doesn't really see the value of it, except he just gets engrossed in it. This is what it is. You see, somebody else asked, what is the idea of meditation? And I told very simple prescription from Patanjali Yoga Sutra. When the mind becomes still, that's all. When the mind, look, I'm telling you as friends, it is something, look, you may have perhaps had this experience when you're doing some mundane work, some routine work in your house or whatever, walking or whatever. Somehow suddenly everything holds still, as if, literally you can see the whole world slow down and literally hold still for an instant. You can see as if the whole whirlwind is holding for a moment. And when that happens, you get a thrill, your hair will stand on end. You get a thrill for a short instant. And you say, what? And you want to regain that experience. It won't come back. The mind moves on and that instant is gone. But you had that glimpse. Whenever the mind becomes one-pointed, even for accidental reasons, it becomes one-pointed with this thrill. Now what the child is doing is this. Because he's engrossed, this is the key word, he's engrossed in the activity. Suppose he was doing half-heartedly, then he won't get bliss. He won't get anything, any clue about what is going. When he becomes one point, look, when he's doing his whole being, have you noticed a child? His whole being in that little castle, not to topple over, his whole being is engrossed. In that process, he gets a thrill. And that thrill is bliss. It is neither pleasure nor pain. It is something that transcends both of them. In fact, both of them pale into insignificance compared to this state of bliss. And again, you may think, okay, child is okay, but how about grown-ups here? Look, I tell you. Suppose you like some music or you are reading a book and you are engrossed and you're caught up in the story. And have you noticed, suppose you are in the train and you are reading, or you are in your house, somebody is playing music next door, everything disappears. You are oblivious to all these disturbances and you are engrossed. And you may be like for half an hour, 1 hour, and you are thoroughly engrossed. When you put the book down, somehow instead of feeling tired because you were on it for half an hour, 1 hour, you feel thrilled up, you feel excited, you feel charged. Where did the charge come from? You should have been exhausted. To the contrary, you feel charged up when you finish. What had happened? You were drawing, sipping is the right word, bliss. That's what kept you going. That's the thrill that you got. So every one-pointed activity in any field must be disciplined. Suppose you kind of do an activity scattering your kind of focus. That's not going to help. And if that focuses you, brings you one-pointed, makes you one-pointed, it's going to raise you. Because it allows you to have a glimpse of the deeper reality. So what you would perhaps get casually by walking around, suddenly through the activity that you enjoy, this is where the enjoyment comes. It's really bliss you are sipping. You are tasting nectar. And through the process, unknowingly, that's the only difference, unknowingly, without sitting in meditation cross-legged, through that activity, you are touching base. Your essential nature as bliss is sipping through that process. It's getting expression. And you don't know it even, you are sipping it. And you're feeling, I feel nice. That's why you feel nice. So it is actually bliss. The only thing it happens unconsciously. The child is not aware. But we don't want it unconsciously, we want to do it consciously. So we say we want to sit in meditation and hit the jackpot like Vivekananda. We all become Vivekananda. In fact, Vivekananda said, don't become Vivekananda, become better than Vivekananda. Bypass him, pass him by. Bypass is wrong word at the moment. But enough problem with bypasses, I know.